about a week before the blood moon happened.
Well, all right. We'll see.
Why?
We'll see how it goes. We got another special guest here. Anders, welcome.
Anders.
Thank you, Maddie, and congratulations.
What's up, Anders?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm taking full credit. I'm taking full credit for the solar. So congratulations or welcome.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Maddie.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, Maddie, I posted that tweet with the poll. I had a poll a couple of days ago. Said, what do you think will happen to the prices of all the RH tokens if the SEC case gets dismissed?
It's not getting dismissed on the 8th. Nuclear Herbs has already covered this.
I'm not saying it's going to happen on the 8th, but it's going to give us a little clarity, hopefully, if we're heading in the direction that we're all hoping. But what was interesting is there was 767 votes, and 51% said it should 10x plus.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's a little over exuberant. The second place category was no change until the actual bull at 23.6%.
Well, congrats for getting so many people to fill out the survey.
I am now not going to fill out your survey, sir.
Really?
No, I already did it. So,
all right, can I share my one thing about the blood moon? I found
sure, please.
Is it good for Hex? Does it talk about the OA?
Can I light some Nog Champa first and smoke a joint?
Hell yeah. There we go. So I said, I saw someone mention.
Zoom in more. I can't see it. Hit Command plus or Control plus.
Is that good?
Bigger.
I can read it.
There we go. There we go. Yes, thank you.
Said, I saw someone mention a blood moon, which means a total lunar eclipse, and I started looking into the moon cycles and the prices of Bitcoin at the peak of 2021. New information has come to light. Get out before the lunar eclipse happens. Is that the marker for the elites? And then you kind of see this little picture. This is when the blood moon happened, and then boom, the price went down. And right here again, the blood moon happened right here, and all of a sudden the price just starts shooting down. And this
is it the opposite since it's a solar eclipse?
This was November 19th of 2021, and this was May 26th of 2021.
David says there was a blood moon last week. Full moon lunar eclipse is next week.
And look at that. The market's dumped.
No, it's a solar eclipse next week, not a lunar eclipse. They're different things.
So, Bristology, your research is well taken. Thank you for this woo-woo shit. It will definitely help people who have time machines to go back to the blood moon last week and sell.
Maddie, this is twice in a row now that you've got the biggest laugh of the week.
Hey, you know what? It works, all right? The markets are down. The lunar eclipse.
But you guys are still talking about fucking lunar eclipses. It's a solar eclipse on the 8th. You know the difference, right?
The solar eclipse.
The lunar eclipse is when the Earth passes between the sun and the moon. A solar eclipse is when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun. So, if we're looking at the blood moon thing being a signal for going down, then maybe if we're going to stick with the woo-woo for a little longer, then maybe the solar eclipse is a sign of the bottom, and it's only up and to the right from then.
Yeah, because the moon is closer.
But the market just tanked. The market just went way down.
What about a transit of Venus? How does that come into play? Google that quick, Briz.
I can already tell you some things about what is it? What is it when Mercury is in retrograde?
Something all right. Like that, right?
Yeah. I can play the game.
You've also dated some hippies on here.
Like I said, these are just the markers that the elites use to, keep us enslaved. All right.
For a split second,
All
I thought
right,
Anders
done.
was frozen, but I think he's just unimpressed with our American humor.
Yeah.
Anders said he had some positive things to share. So
Yeah, Anders, go for it, bro.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, we are officially not going out until next week when we are going to be in Dubai in the blockchain Life and Token 2049. So we were thinking about announcing it then, but we have started, and I tweeted out also a couple of days ago. So we are launching on base chain as well, and including a base chain on our link and on our bridge, the love
Base
bridge.
chain. Didn't you hear Richard's tweet about base chain?
Yeah, I
Bad
did.
move, bro. Bad move.
Yeah, I know, but it's a little different because we have our peg, so that means that we are just like connecting the ecosystem, and we are seeing it just tapping in and bridging with economic energy between an infrastructure. So that means that basically, since we have the love bridge, which is one-to-one peg, with love on Pulse chain, love on BNB chain, and also on Ethereum, that means that this becomes a bridge with economic energy. Plus, that we gain the infrastructure on base chain with Coinbase 110 wallets, on and off ramps, and so on. So we see it as just like tapping into economic energy, bridging it, and then of course that will gain Pulse chain too, because now when we everything have calmed down, and the fundamentals, as I see it in the Pulse chain, is extremely good, even if we have all this like FUD and sell pressure in the
Anders,
market.
Anders, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
Is knowing that the OA has 600 million in SAC funds, is that a pumpamental?
all right, Bristology, you're not addressing what the actual topic. I have a question that's related to what Anders is talking about instead of jumping back to like a super old topic.
No, he was
yeah.
just talking about the
Yeah, I will
pumpamental of the
answer that
Pulse
too.
chain.
I love to answer that too.
Yeah.
So,
So
I'm
this
sorry.
is.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
hearing this for the first time, and my question is not going to be, "Will Sack Daddy come and save us?" My
That wasn't the
question is,
he was
my
talking about
question is,
pumpamentals. He was talking about
all
pumpamentals
right.
and Pulse
Well,
chain.
yeah,
listen,
So I just wanted to
listen.
know if he thought that was a
yeah.
pumpamental or not.
Base chain takes
I will
7
sit
days
here,
to get off of it. It
Maddie. I will
sucks.
sit here like a good little boy and I'll be quiet.
There are. Well, all I'm asking is that we ask questions that are related to what people are talking about at the time.
Yeah.
And so my question is, if
Yeah.
it takes me 7 days to get off base chain because they literally only have one validator and they suck, but there are tons of people using base chain, is it possible, Anders, for people to bridge off of base chain with love to Pulse chain or to Ethereum and then to cash out much quicker than 7
Yeah.
days?
It
That's a
can
big deal.
it can
That's a
go
really
from
big deal.
I think the love bridge, as we have it now, it's like takes less than 10 minutes, to bridge between, so that means that will go extremely quick with the love bridge to cash out and so on. So it is. We are using blockchain technology and protocol in its fullest, because that means that since Base is an EVM chain, we have, of course, a lot of dev resources, and we have to do a lot of work that they are working with now to do the integrations in our bridge and so on, and also in deploying the same contract. So we have the same contract on Pulse chain, ETH, on on all the chains and also on the base chain. So it will be like love on base, 10 minutes, you have the love on pulse chain. The same, and the same you can use like Ethereum have probably the fastest off ramps. So then you can just bridge it over to ETH, and then you have your money in your bank account.
That's incredible. I hate waiting a week on base chain, and I bet a lot of other people do too.
Yeah.
And so if people buying love and on base chain and then bridging to Ethereum or Pulse chain to bridge out, it seems like that helps Pulse chain because you guys have this giant amount of liquidity with PulseX on the Pulse chain. So kudos to you. That's really cool.
Yeah, and it's also work the other way, because whatever that they take long time and so on, but at the same time they are putting in enormous resources in doing one smart wallet as well that will be connected directly to Coinbase, and we are thinking of using that in our uh, infrastructure as well. And since we are building this big marketplace, which will be a lot US focused, because most of our famous drop shippers of these famous brands, they are based in US. So one of the biggest have 5 fulfillment centers in the US. So that means that everyone that buys on the Lovify marketplace and can earn crypto cash back, that is incredible for us to be connected to like Coinbase and 110 million wallets and so on. So we are looking at everything we do is like tapping into monetary energy, and then with the blockchain technology, as we are doing here now, with that it's an EVM chain base or layer 2, but it's still very much easier for us to do the integrations. So that means that we are tapping into all of these ecosystems. And then I can add on to that question Brice had with like if it's good with 600 million in the SAC wallet, and this is
I just wanted to know if you thought it was a pumpamental. That's all I wanted.
It's a huge pumpamental. It's a huge pumpamental, and everyone knows this, that what we have now is such strong pumpamentals and fundamentals in Pulse chain, in this ecosystem, because it's a very high transaction rate that will of course increase even further. We have like I see the SAC wallet, I see that as a huge whale that we have, that loves Pulse chain and wants it to be successful. Think about having a huge, if you are creating a new blockchain with like very good technology, that means that you have the best security, you have the fastest and the cheapest transactions of any. No one can say that anything is better in this and Pulse chain. You name one blockchain that is better than Pulse chain. Just like honestly, being a pro Pulse chain or not pro Pulse chain, like people can talk whatever they want to, but you cannot compare like Solana or even Base, which is a layer 2, or Ethereum or BNB chain. When it comes to pure technology, no one can compare to it because it's like a genius idea to do what Richard did with Pulse chain. And then we take we're taking the other fundamentals that we have, and that is that we have probably cryptos most engaged and strongest community, because this is also like, even if this also works in our unfavor sometimes, with a lot of emotional attacks, and people are like leaving and launching on other chains, and a lot of hate, and so on. But still, I prefer that instead of having a ghost chain where it's no people and no emotion or no activity. Like here we
That's a
still
great point.
have we still have like a lot of like activity, and so on, and this and everything. This is, of course, why these things happens is because we have had red candles and people get frustrated. They had dreams, like, and we some people, of course, was talking up even more that we would do like 10,000x within a year, and so on, which would be, of course, very hard. But then people are setting up dreams, what they were supposed to do with their sack money that they did, and then that doesn't happen, and so on, and then it becomes a lot of bad energy coming out. But back to the fundamentals we have here, and then with all these discussions and criticism to Richard, and so on, I would just like think, if you would be in Richard or Richard's team that is probably discussing this, and probably have a whiteboard where they discussing like everything every day, what is happening in our ecosystem, who is the weak whales that maybe needs to sell out, and so on. What should we do with them? Should we start to allocate and do a faster rate now to buy in? Why are we paying out that whale? Should we pay out? Because they are sitting with all these funds now, and in their big interest is, how can we, with these resources that we have, that we are basically the biggest whale in this ecosystem that can really pump this ecosystem to the maximum. Where do we spend these funds best?
It really
And
needs to be
also,
managed.
yeah, how do we manage? And I'm sure that they are sitting in a war room with a big whiteboard and having all the players in line, who is sitting with what, and what is steering system, and how quick must they, because they also have made promises to their investors when they created pools, like, this is like, we have passed this will be fast money. We will go up so quickly, and they want to pay back to their investors that maybe invested, and they had to sell in the BlockChain ecosystem, and then they have not. It's under the sack rate that.
What are you talking about? There were no investors for BlockChain. I'm lost.
No. Yeah, but what I'm like, what did you ask me? I'm what I'm saying is like the weak whales that wanted to get out, and want to.
Oh
get
yeah,
out.
just reading the market conditions. That's different than
Yeah.
like people.
Yeah. So,
Nobody invested in BlockChain.
no, sacrificed, if you say, like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but it is. I think that is where we are now. That it is a chess game between the OA wallet and the SAC wallet and these different weak whales. I would say we have a few that is very stable and see it in the long term, as we should do. But then, of course, there is some that is putting out pressure and so on. And then it's a chess game. Because why should the 600 million? Why should we pay out these hands that just want to be paid out? So
Totally. Yeah.
yeah.
I dig it. Yeah. It's a deep strategy that requires faith.
Yeah. So, but in the long term, it's like if it's just like a poker game. If you are a poker player and you are going to sit a long time at the table, then you maybe need to lose a few hands in the beginning, but it's in the end game. That is when you're leaving the table. That is when the winner is set. So and I see it a lot like this, and then we also see the different cycles, and that the SAC funds have moved to Ethereum temporarily. That is also a very good strategic move, because we always see Bitcoin move first, and then it will. Plus that it I can't see that then the Ethereum ETF will not be approved. It's just a matter of time, because that's also a lot of like this TradFi money with BlackRock and so on behind it, and they all of their interest is to have a approved Ethereum ETF as well, and so we. And
Yeah,
in
great
four
points.
cycles, we always have had Bitcoin moving first, and Bitcoin is moving first now, and now Bitcoin is taking a little 3 step forward, um, 1.5, 2 steps back, and that is like the whole time. And now we are back a bit, and then of course we they are not. We are not. We are following back as well, but otherwise, I am
Well,
very
yeah,
positive.
I'm really glad to hear these positive updates, and I think we're gonna wrap up the show here. But I can't speak highly enough of what you're doing, Anders. I think not everybody gets it, how important the work that you're doing is when it comes to bridging together these chains. Whereas other people who are building in the Pulse chain space, they are leading followers to other chains. You seem to be leading people to Pulse chain through your marketplace, through launching on having a bridge between BNB and Pulse chain, between now Base and Pulse chain and Ethereum. So hats off to you, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, and also if anyone listening and will be in Dubai next week, starting on the 15th of uh, of April, we will be at BlockChain Live. We have a big booth there, and we'll talk a lot about, of course, Love.io, but also Pulse Chain and everything. And so if
Is that
everyone,
is that one of the biggest crypto conferences in the world?
yeah, so the whole week there. So we have the BlockChain Live is first. So we are one of the main sponsors there. So we will be there, and a few of our devs as well. And then we have Token 2049 coming up just the day the 16th to 17th, and that is also one of the biggest. The whole week is like the biggest in the world. It's like thousands of different projects that are there, and who is who in crypto and blockchain will be there,
Very
and then
cool.
we have we will be the main featured project at the coin store exchange with love.io. So that is huge as well, because coin store is one of the biggest exchanges in Asia, and
Wow, that's
we
awesome.
so we will talk a lot there as well in that exchange. And then we have after that there is another event. It's the World Blockchain Summit, which I heard. I saw a tweet, but I have not been contacted or anything. But it apparently is it is an energy drink that is launching, that is using BlockChain somehow, and we'll do a presentation of BlockChain, but I have not heard anything. But we will be there as well.
Interesting.
If they are listening and they want to have some help talking about BlockChain, I'm all available and can do something there if they are interested.
Very cool. Well, let's go around the room and everybody say where people can find you.
Yeah, so people can find me. My Twitter is Love BlockChain, and my Telegram is Anders Johnsson, and it's Johnsson with Swedish spelling with 2 S's. And what else? LinkedIn is a quite good forum as well. So that's Anders Johnsson. We'll connect on LinkedIn as well. Yeah, that's probably those where it's easiest to contact me.
Awesome. Very good.
I'm Briz. You can find me Brizology on Twitter. Watch out for that blood moon. Watch out for that lunar moon. Watch out for the freaking moon. I don't think it's even real. Just watch out for it. It's coming for your bags. All right.
Sweet. Sweet. I like the biz with Briz, man.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Anders. I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you. I love you. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, you guys can find me at hexfire.io. The subscriptions there have been going pretty crazy. Got lots of people subscribed. Pretty cool. And for those who might be interested, come check it out. I got some good info out there, correlation data, all sorts of stuff. And by request, I added, this is the paid section, but I did add all of the AA data out there, the adoption amplifier data for Hex. So we got that up and running. So if somebody needs access to that, let me know. Hexfire.io.
Awesome.
Baby.
All right. Well, hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, stake wisely, my friends, and peace out.
Peace out.
Cheers. Bye.
Hot mic moment for Toby.
Oh, yes. Let's everybody remember Toby. Toby!